Have you had your first kiss and with who? How you mentally been holding up since the passing of your grandmother? Why you be looking hot in your videos? Are you dating someone? Ouch. Maybe I should move. What's up, M&Ms? Welcome back to my channel. I think for the first time we're doing a Q&A video. So as you can see, my Chipotle bowl has a piece of salmon draped over the top, and that's because I decided I wanted to try that trend that I've been seeing on TikTok where people have been taking their Chipotle bowls and adding salmon to it. And I made the salmon myself. It's really good. It's savory. Usually I do like a bit of a tangy sweet, but this time I decided to go savory and I love it. So this is the bowl. And I'm going to take a bite before I answer questions. So I know I'm going to try not to say too much while I'm taking my bite, but I know y'all miss me so much and I miss y'all too. I have a new plan for how I'm going to make sure that I stay consistent throughout the week, because I definitely want to drop more videos. Like, I feel like I connect really well with my YouTube audience and I don't want to leave y'all hanging. If TikTok and Instagram and Facebook can hear from me, y'all can too. First, I'm trying it no salmon. Ooh, I forgot the vinaigrette. I gotta start writing that down. So what I get in my bowl, that salmon is so good. Girl, they shouldn't have let me put my hands on this. I bit my lip. I had to get some content for TikTok. I know. I'm sorry. So I'm about to go to my Instagram and pick out some questions. And I told y'all to make sure you're asking good questions, not just what's your name, what's your age. First question, did you do plastic surgery? I'm not gonna lie, that question confuses me a lot, but it's not the first time that someone's asked me that. People have been asking me about my lips, which is crazy because my lips are not big. People have asked me if I got fillers. I have not done that. I don't take offense, but no. Oh, and that's no shade to anybody who has or does, or, you know, but I just don't have, I haven't gotten anything done. Okay, next question. Who was the man talking on that one video asking if you were going to come to his game? I honestly don't know who you were talking about in what video. That's crazy because I don't think I, that cheese was super good. I don't think I've ever left something like that in a video, but if I did, inbox me what video you're talking about. Next question. Where did you learn how to cook? Okay, I think they're saying that because I have been posting like more cooking videos. But I honestly feel like I'm still learning how to cook. Like, I know how to make a lot of things, but some people still think my food is nasty. So, I guess I still have some stuff to work on. Which I don't mind. When I do cook, I enjoy it. And I usually like my food. Oh, I was about to go to town. I forgot about those questions. Y'all, I promise it's gonna get juicy. Just let me work my way up and enjoy my food. Okay, if you could be an actress or a doctor, which one would you choose honestly? Also, I love you so much. I love you too. But I honestly feel like I will be both. I can't pick because I would want to do both. And I feel like it's possible. Ignore her. I don't know who she barking at. If you have a problem with how I eat, please remember, if you look around, I'm in my content room. That means I'm at home. I have my nightgown on. This is me in the comfort of my own home. If I'm in public, I would not eat like this, but I'm comfortable. You're watching me. You're coming into my home while I'm eating. So if you don't like it, I'm sorry. How do you balance authenticity with audience expectations? I like that question. I feel like authenticity is what the audience expects. They may not know it or not, but it's much harder to navigate being a content creator when you're not comfortable with 100% being yourself. And I'm not gonna say I'm not comfortable with being myself, but at times I do still find myself like almost putting up a wall because there are certain aspects about my life that I have not shared. So it sometimes kind of does feel like a disadvantage in that aspect, fulfilling my audience's expectations and maintaining authenticity. I feel like I'm just learning it one day at a time. I've been doing this for a minute, but at the end of the day, I want to do this for even longer. So if I'm still learning and still tweaking the way I create content, I feel like that's fine and I'll get through it. Have you had your first kiss and with who? That's so funny. But I'm going to tell y'all the first time a boy kissed me. I never even told my mama this, I don't think. But I was in the first grade. And you know, in the first grade, or like grade levels lower than like third or fourth, you're not sitting in your own individual desk. You're sitting at tables. So I was sitting at a table, and it was on a day like where we had a substitute. We weren't really doing any work. We were just talking and being bad, basically. So since everybody was just talking, being bad like they wanted to, because the substitute was there, we were kind of like switching seats, getting in different seats than what we were supposed to be in. You know, we usually have assigned seats. We weren't abiding. Everybody sat where they wanted to sit by their friend. So I was friends with this boy, and we were close friends too, but I liked him. I don't know if he knew it, but I liked him a lot. So we were like best friends. So he came and sat like across from me at the little table, and I don't know what it was. He never showed like any interest in me before that day. I think he just was hyped up because everybody was being bad or something because of the substitute. But he stood up. He put his hands on the table and he like stood up and leaned to me and kissed me. And I was like, and only like two other people saw it. Like the whole class was in an uproar, like chaotic. You know, it's like everything was going on, and he just did that like in broad daylight. But some people just weren't paying attention. It was only like two people who saw it. They were like, and I was like, oh. He was like, "You want another one?" Oh my goodness, I didn't know what to do. I just, that he blew my mind. Ain't no way. But yeah, that was my first kiss. Y'all so funny. Have you ever had a boyfriend that your mom didn't know about? I'm not gonna say how I will answer this question. I want to be as honest as I can on like these type of questions because a question might come later on that I want to lie. Why is Latte sitting next to me? I should have put you out. I'm not gonna say boyfriend, but yeah. Nah, not boyfriend. Why haven't you been posting lately? Okay. So stop that, Latte. Stop that. I'm eating. No. Why you do the opposite of what I say? Say hey. Be good. So I know so many of you are wondering, why have I been gone? Why does it seem like I can't stay consistent lately? Just lately, because that is not what the entirety of my career is like. But as y'all know, in December I lost my grandmother. And that kind of like threw my balance off. Um right after that, my mom was in the hospital. And it just became so difficult with managing my emotions and caring for her because I'm the only child. And on top of that, trying to still post. It became too much. And I feel like out of 2024, December probably was my most inconsistent month. Because even me and my mom can't get back to posting. We still haven't posted. Like, it just feels so hard. Like, cinder blocks on my feet type of hard. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of took a break, and I think it was needed. I needed some time to think about y'all and be honest with myself about what type of content I want to put out. And during that time, I realized that I want to be as open as possible. I'm still transitioning into being completely okay with that, because I love doing videos, but it's just crazy like the way I sit on here and I see other people tell their business like they real personal business, and it makes me wonder, like, are they getting permission from the people involved? Like, if that's the only thing with me, I be wanting to tell my business just a little bit, but it's other people involved, you know what I'm saying? And I don't want to make them feel away, but yeah, that's why I've been gone. But hopefully I have this new plan. I'm telling y'all, I have this new plan to keep me as consistent as possible no matter what life throws my way. So okay, dang, it don't feel like this video is long enough. Let me go, because these are juicy questions. I want to keep the juicy questions for last. Okay, this is a good one. How you mentally been holding up since the passing of your grandmother? So y'all know people say when your grandparent passed away, your grandmother passed away, it's like a different hurt. And I've never even lost anybody like in immediate distance to me, you know? So it definitely hurt. I feel like when she passed, I was at peace with it. I didn't battle with it. Like, I didn't feel like she was taken from me. I feel like she was ready and she left on her own terms. I don't think I've ever talked about this publicly, but about 2 years ago, my grandmother was sick, or she was of less health than she had been my whole life. And I felt like I was losing her. I felt like she was already gone. And I used to cry so much. I used to cry about that every single day. It at one point became hard for me to see her. I would go see her and I would be talking to her and have tears in my eyes. And I didn't want her to see me like that. She never did. She never noticed it. But it just used to hurt me so much to feel like the grandmother I grew up with, she wasn't the same anymore. And I remember I was talking to one of her nieces, and the way her niece spoke, her mannerisms and the way she fluctuated her tone, it just reminded me so much of what my grandmother used to be like. And I burst out crying. And we were just having a normal conversation. It was like on Thanksgiving one year. And I explained to her how I felt, and how I felt that I had lost my grandmother even though she was still here. And she told me that she experienced the same thing with her mother. And she had to realize that you're grieving the old version of them. So it's like when my grandmother got sick and she was no longer like her fully normal self. She wasn't cooking anymore. She wasn't up walking around and stuff. Like, it just made, I had to cope with those feelings of feeling like she wasn't the same anymore. I had to cope with that and say, you know, no, she's not the same, but she's still my grandmother. I have a plethora of memories growing up with how she was, and I'm full, like I'm fulfilled. She became different, and I still loved her the same. I could still feel those, I could still look at her and feel the same way I did when I was little. So it's like that experience, I feel like if I didn't have that experience, I would be much worse off. I'll put it like that. I feel like I'm better than I could be. Okay. Are you dating someone? Ouch. I don't know why y'all ask this so much. Like, I don't think I've ever addressed anything like that on YouTube. But I'm gonna have to do it today. So, yes. I need to stop eating that bowl. But I didn't eat today. This is $1 million question. 9 times out of 10, this is the reason you clicked on this video. Why you be looking hot in your videos? I honestly don't know where they came from, because my mama gets that a lot too. It was just like all of a sudden one day we didn't have lashes on. And ever since then, everybody would say, you know, oh, they get lit together. And I've never even known of my mom to smoke a cigarette. She does not drink. When I was born, she wasn't drinking. Matter of fact, she suffers from post-operative amnesia from anesthesia. And her doctor, her primary doctor, when she was younger, told her to never do drugs and she shouldn't drink. Unable to operate after being on anesthesia, so they recommended for her not to do drugs. So, not sure where that came from, but it's like a real conversation starter, even on like Facebook. They kind of say it on Instagram, but TikTok not at all. So I don't know. I take a drug test every year in like June or July, and I always pass. So anyway, you guys, I really hope, I hate saying you guys now. Anyway, M&Ms, I really hope that y'all enjoyed this mukbang as much as I did. That salmon was so good. Like, I'm really perfecting my salmon recipes because salmon is my favorite fish. But let me know if you like the little mukbang setup, if you like the little sit down and talk videos. I enjoyed it. So sorry my phone kept going off. I probably should have muted it, but that food was really good. I enjoyed myself with y'all. Meet me here whenever I call you. Just pick up.